This is Charlie Kao with Travel Mall TV with Josh Schiffman with xtify, a New York City-based company that's involved with pushing messages on the phone.
Sure.
Josh, explain it to me. I obviously don't know how to explain what exactly you do.
Sure. So xtify is a platform as a service company that works with the travel industry and those in the travel industry that have smartphone applications. And so, or those that are still working on building their smartphone applications and working on a business case for their iPhone and Android. But providing the capability inside of that app to be able to send rich push and targeted notifications directly to their users based on a variety of rules and criteria, things like user preference, user behavior. So user preference is what does the user want to receive? So it could be they want to know about last minute deals, they want to know about specials, they want to know about new information from that application and marketer. User preference can also be really just customer segment and marketer segment. And so is this a frequent traveler? Is this a low-value traveler, high-value traveler? How are you going to treat them differently? User behaviors could be things like how is the user interacting with the application. So one of the big challenges with apps is that you build a great one, but if it sits in your customer's pocket and not being used and they never open your application
like
again.
me, I download a lot of apps. I use it one time and forget about it.
Exactly. And so, one of the things that xtify really helps you do is to create those lifecycle messages and that lifecycle communication to make sure that that application gets used. And probably the most interesting of what we do is that we can use the user's location even when the app is closed to be able to deliver and trigger great content down to that user.
To that user, these messages are delivered via SMS, email, how?
Sure. So these messages are delivered via push notifications, which is a unique and proprietary channel to Android, to iPhone, to BlackBerry, and to Windows Phone. It's something that's built into the operating system, and it's not email and it's not SMS. And so I'll show you what that looks like here on an Android. And so you can see we have a sample application called Hotel Rewards application. And so the application is really just for demonstration purposes. But I've received, you see the little H there in the notification, and that's a message that I've received from, let's say, a Hotel Rewards app. And I click on that notification. And so you can see here's a rich message, and so this is full HTML and it's customized and can be dynamically built based on who the user is. There's a primary action here. In this case, it's going to open the application, but it could also click to call or to deep link into the application itself so that you can go right to the booking page. So we can open the application. The other thing that we can do is we can actually share this message, and so depending on what the nature of the message is, you can share the whole message via whatever communication services you have available on the device. So what we have, the code that we put into the application does a few things. It enables those push notifications, but it also enables analytics. And so one of the really interesting things about what we do at xtify is we actually let you know how are your campaigns doing, and how is this communication that you're having with the new loyalist, this is your user who's downloaded your brand and put it in their pocket. How is that doing it? Is it driving the behaviors that you want? Behaviors being usage of the application, then ultimately purchases, revenue, and ROI.
How are you finding from metrics of your current customers about the sharing? How much sharing is going on?
So, I'd say probably starting at the top of the funnel. So we see anywhere from 30 to 60% open rates on the notifications themselves, which is obviously very different than other channels. Then the action rates are probably in the maybe 30 to 50% range, and so taking the primary action, and then the shares are probably in the 15 to 30% range when they're looking at that. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
And of your customers, feel free to mention names or not. Which industry sectors are they in, and how are they using it?
Sure. So our primary sectors are travel and retail, and then publishing. And so some of our retail customers who I can talk about, Sam's Club, which is Walmart's membership club, uses xtify's push notifications inside of their application.
Sort of a test code for our UK customers.
Yep. Exactly. And also, we work with Daily Candy from a publishing perspective, and so Daily Candy is a Comcast property that publishes.
They send out specials and things based on the users' past actions, preferences, and so forth.
And so Yeah, exactly.
How much of it is based on location, that they are now at this particular Sam's store?
And so, for Sam's doesn't actually use the location aspect of it, but they use some of the other retention messages to keep users engaged with the application. Daily Candy delivers the content exactly based on the location, so where you are, based on what they've written about from an editorial perspective. They can send a message and remind users of what was going on and what they felt was important.
So if I'm interested in your service, what are the different fee models?
So our pricing model is tiered based on the number of addressable devices. And so one of the big concerns for marketers is that you get lots of downloads and lots of installs, but nobody opens the application again, or they uninstall the application. And so you pay based on the number of devices that you can actually send messages to in a particular month.
If somebody downloads an app,
messages as you want, or as few messages as you want.
I'm a little new at this, so if I download an app,
Yep.
do I have to opt in to receive messages?
So when you install the application for the first time, you'll be asked, would you like to receive push notifications? And if you're using the location services, would you like to share your location with the application?
Okay. If I download an app, and I'm one of those people that have opted in, but I don't open the app again, what kind of, I presume, one of the first things you're going to do is send messages, push messages that says, we miss you, you haven't been using the app.
Let me actually show you. So we have, thank you for that. We actually have a product called xtify Retain. And so with xtify Retain, I'll just make it nice and bright here, you can create a message campaign based on the last time that a user opened the application. And so here's just an example of a particular message that we're going to send to users. Let's say this is a welcome message, 45 days after they last opened the application. And so you're probably never going to say we missed you. You're going to provide them with some type of interesting content or offer to try and bring them back into the application, remind them of some of the features that are taking place in the application. You can create other ones. Perhaps you want to collect feedback. And so for a user, 15 days after they install the application, perhaps you want to collect feedback on how they like the application and drive them to an internal survey, drive them to a web page, or do something else like that. You can simply just activate the notifications and
it would be usually discount driven as to why they might action on the notification.
It's all about driving relevance and value and for the customer. And so if you just send offers and you just send coupons, the user probably, unless that's all that your application does, is going to not react well. But it's all about delivering sort of interesting content, things that are relevant to the customer. And so understanding who the customer is, what you know about them, what they'd like to receive, and just being smart about it is kind of the key to success here.
Josh Schiffman with xtify, got it, from New York, and their website is, and that's spelled XT as in Tom, IF as in Frank, Y.
Correct.
xtify.com. Thanks, Josh.
Sure. Thank you.